No, I know.
Sorry, 2, 1.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Dale and Mike here at TradeGATEHub.com. What a wild week we've had, Mike, in a lot of different asset classes. So here's a 10-year. Yields are still going up. I don't see anything yet to turn them lower. There's some divergence on shorter time frames. Here's a dollar. Relentless. I keep trying to buy a dip. It won't give you a dip. You know what that means. Maybe next week we get to some type of short-term high. Looks like it's headed to at least here, but I sure would like a pullback, maybe peak next week and pull back mid 102s, and maybe that would give us a rally back to 109 in the euro. That's where I want to be a seller. But what I want to do and what the market's going to give me could be two different things. Anyway, looks like eventually it's headed for this support level. Pound is becoming weaker than euro. I tried to buy the euro last night. I got out -25. I'm long euro pound because I think euro is going to be stronger. I'm up 40 on this one. I'm going to hold this one because it's actually a weekly reversal. And then it's like you have several different markets. You have the S&Ps, which still look like they could head lower, and you have NASDAQ almost making another new high today.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah. So where's your head at? I'm still in Apple. Just want to keep people apprised of what I'm doing. You don't have a signal, even though I take trades in here classically, and for having a higher probability outcome, wait for closes under 170.
Okay.
And then it's a go signal.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I have here, Mike. And you know what? Everyone could say thank you for not getting FOMO in the metals at the top. I know I was early before and the market kept marching, but someone asked me in the room, what's your best psychological antidote for FOMO? And I said, next. So we're approaching some important support around 22 silver. Only 2 weeks ago, we were 26. And everyone said we're just going to blast off. Gold, I've been saying for a few weeks, it may try and hold this 1920 level for a bounce. And one more thing, Mike, so that you could apply it to oil. I know I asked you about the oil shares last time we were on. Here's the way I'm looking at it. You have one drive, you have two, and I'm looking for a retest and maybe even take out this blue line. But the next break in crude, I'm in, looking for a rally in crude. One more break.
It's still break, about Coach. That's another 12% down.
Yeah. Well, look how fast it did this.
No. But
look how fast it did this. And this is from lower levels. I think we're gonna go for it. So, but I'm not short. I've done those trades before. Well, Dale, if you think it's going to 63 again, why don't you just short it? Because it may not.
No. That's why people have planned.
That's what the trade is. I'll be looking to be a buyer there. Not I'm positive it's going to go there, so I may as well be short. I used to do that all the time, and it's an afterthought of a trade. It's a greed button kicking in. Well, if you think it's going there, why don't you buy it until it gets there? Well, because I don't know if it will, but definitely would be a seller. So if you guys do that, I've done it more than once.
What I have,
stop doing it. That's all you have to say. Don't do that. Anyway, that's my coverage for what I see going on. I know that you're trading your butt off here. I'm going to just turn over the screen to you, and why don't you give us a quick update of what you're seeing here? Any important option sweeps today, Mike, that you caught?
You know what, Coach? I kind of have. I haven't had time to look yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you've been.
What I'm saying is I'm more preoccupied with, hold on a second, with intraday swings. The fund.
Nvidia, is Nvidia near its high?
Yeah, it is.
of the day. Can I see that in the video chart? God, I'm so glad I didn't short it, and I was tempted. You know, it's a look at that.
It's literally one of the biggest. First of all, let me show you this. This will say something. From what I've been reading, and I did read about it because I am short a little bit of it, not enough to even have a scar or a scab. I'm probably not going to add to it. I have my points. It's a feeler. By no means is it. I have 200 shares. That's the bottom line. So it's a feeler. But this is what was funny is today. And I did, you know what? I'm going to show you something. I did say this on, I'll get back to it afterwards.
The new IBM. Well, don't forget what happened to the old IBM. If it's
true.
a new IBM, let's hope it doesn't turn into the old IBM.
It is. Look at this. Oh, look at all the talk. Everything on the video. I hear that it was the best earnings report in the history of mankind. That's what everybody's saying.
I can believe it. Yeah.
Target 600, 500, 500. So somebody, who's this? Stifle? They'd be actually, if Stifle's right,
they're bearish. They're bearish. We're already there, aren't we? 370.
But you know what, Coach? This was funny, and I made except for one horrible trade that I'm going to have to coddle. This is a week. This is going to be waking up at 4 a.m. for the next week type of situation.
Why? It's a low floater.
No, it's not a low floater. It's just a stock. It's apps. It's now 40%. I bought it when it was down 30%. Believe me, the shares I have makes a difference. But I wanted to point something out here, and I shared it. Believe me,
Elon?
Yeah, this was it. Can you see this? People following AI news this week, and there he says people following the next week. And you know what? Aside from the best of breeds, which this should be happening. Look at what all the other AI stocks did this morning. Where's my share? Sherry, where's the share? Hold on.
Aren't those zombies in the roller coaster?
Why can't I share here?
Is that Coney Island, man?
No, it's not.
You ever been there, Coney Island?
Yeah, I've been to Coney Island. You kidding me? There was a lot of the underage action was happening when I was in my 18. And, here it is. They're not letting me share this thing. I don't know why.
Stop sharing. Stop and then reshare.
What was I showing? Okay, the other AI stocks. Okay, so here you have NVIDIA, but these are the other AI. Okay, so here's NVIDIA today on the open. Little fade, pull back. Yeah. Here's AI. Literally the stock AI, as you can see. Yeah. Opened at 30.70, straight down to what was that? 10%. That's 10%, 15% without a commercial. So they sold the news. Yeah. Another stock that I was short for a couple of days that was hurting me. STGR, same thing. Stock opened at 38. I covered at 35 and change, which by the way, $3 down I thought was good. Then I went to 34. So let's look at this.
So NVIDIA is the only one holding gains.
And AMD.
And AMD.
So these stocks are, Upstart. They couldn't get enough of it. Let's go to a 10-minute chart. They couldn't get enough of it. Upstart, May 17th. 18 to 31 in a week. Now they're doing the opposite. They're selling off the news. What is it? It was AMD. I am short a little of that. That's a wrong trade. SMCI, somebody mentioned it this morning. This was the strongest stock on the board, leading everything before even NVIDIA. So I saw it pop. It closed at 167. Here's the line. Opened at 195. It did the capitulation through 200. I started shorting it, if you could see right here.
Yeah.
208. I covered when it broke a new low at 193. So what I make? 15.
Nice scalp.
Okay. So once it was sitting, so I took it and I held some and I held some. I did take it when it broke the open, but then it didn't. Then it held that opening low.
Got it.
So I'm saying enough is enough. So then I got out of the rest of it. So there were some that I had good and some that were bad. IEP, look at a Carl Icahn stock. Carl Icahn.
Yeah.
Okay. This was a month ago. It was 50. Now it's 18.
I think Carl's like the LeBron James of the financial world.
Here's the rest of the stocks.
He was great.
The rest of the stocks.
Here's
was Kohl's.
Great.
Kohl's had a great day yesterday. Going to approach a new low. General Motors.
Let me see Microsoft.
Microsoft's the other one that's hanging on. That's going to be. It's all Microsoft, and it's
another new high. Look at that RSI. How long it's been not confirming.
Now, quite honestly, Microsoft, if it breaks the open here, you see
Yeah.
this open right here?
Yeah,
It's
keep
230.
an eye on that because,
Okay.
you know, shorter term charts, there's all kinds of, so it gapped up. When
And
was
I'm
that
keeping
gap?
an eye on NVIDIA. If NVIDIA breaks
Yeah.
maybe the opening price, and it did a little bit, it did the usual dip and then rip. But now if it, now if it comes to something like, actually, I have a spot to short it right here at 374. It might not, like you said, it might not get there. Coach, why do you pick that? It might not get there, but that's where I'm going to maybe take a shot and do more. If the others came down like that, it's good the best of breeds held up for the market in general, but certainly a little
Yeah.
bit of juice is out of the punch bowl in my
Why
opinion.
don't you pull up a few the miners so we could kind of guide our audience as to, now that we're heading lower, what might be decent buy zones.
Here's the
That
WPM. They probably right, coach. There's WPM. I think about it maybe 42.5 the strike price. I'm
okay.
not saying it's not going to go back to 40, but for a trade or a schnitzel, there's WPM. Let's look at
That
Newmont.
looks stronger. Newmont looks ugly. Going to make a new low.
Oh, that's incredible. It's
Going to
incredible.
make a new low.
How
From
about
buying
AU?
that mine. From buying that mine, they diluted everything.
AU. Oh,
All right. Didn't I say we'd go to 23? Here we are.
actually it did, but I think it's actually going lower now.
I do too. 20.
I think about it right here. Maybe
Yeah.
I think about it at 2260.
Or at least a trade.
Yeah,
See, because
2260.
I think this consolidation goes on almost through the summer in the miners, that we don't get bottoms until July, August. But we'll see. I could be wrong about that too. So oils, we'll have to get ready for some oils, best of breed oils to buy if crude trades.
I have one and I held on to it. I have one and I held on.
Oh, is that Snowflake?
That's correct. Had earnings. They
Well,
were nothing.
wow. They, just like the snow on the mountains out here in California, that looks like that melted faster.
And they're all melting.
Okay.
Planeteer, AI, SDGR, D-Dog, Elf Beauty Supply acting well. I'm actually short, as you can see a little bit here. 102, 101. It just cost me $1. Damn. Medtronic, which was a former best of breed. I actually have some in the fund. I'm up in it nicely. I did buy it lower. I have to, after we get off this call, it did have earnings. It's a medical device maker.
Yeah.
It did stall. It is held here at the 200-day. I don't know if I'm going to buy more yet. There are a lot of stocks, coach, that's still stock picking to a degree. Micron.
It's all.
Micron's up. PayPal. How about this? Micron up, but then you're having PayPal. Thank God I didn't have an ego there, breaking year lows.
That really looks bad.
Square goes in the same sector right there. So
not as bad.
I know you have Baba still.
Baba's bad.
Baba's near a whatever a multi.
Baba's
at least a yearly
still
low.
heading down.
So you know what they do? They're taking up sectors, it's stock picking, it's proper rotation. Where I'm getting hurt is contra trading the leaders, thinking that they're going to come down as the ancillary ones, like aforementioned AI or a PLTR are. The big dogs aren't coming in; the little ones are.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay. Amazon down.
Let's look at some option sweeps. This was your first question, and that's most important because all this is our opinions. We're here to disseminate with
let's
the
see
wise.
let's see who's voting with their wallet.
What the wise guys are doing, because that's most important. They know more than everybody. Okay. Mara puts SPY bearish, and that should
bearish action on SPY.
Well, that's what it should be, because that's why. Why not? The oils are down. The banks are down. Every single bio across the board is down. Still okay. How about this one? Let's go back here, coach. Doesn't it say it all? And maybe that's why you shouldn't even follow market right here. There's Walmart.
Yeah, that was a great. You shorted it well.
Yeah, I do. I have some still. Here's Target.
Okay. Yeah.
As NVIDIA, as Microsoft does this, as Target does this, as Disney does this, as Google or even like an Apple does this. So what are you going to do? You can't call a market.
Yeah. Okay. Nice overview.
I just what's been
It's not just
hurting me.
bifurcated, it's multi-cated.
It is.
I mean, it depends on the day. I mean, the way they're rolling sectors, it's every day is a different story. There's no, they
And
can't even
whatever
put
sector
three
was up
days together.
yeah. No, they try whatever. If you're wrong on that sector, that's why I say buyers live high and sellers have been lower. They're punishing you
Yeah.
for not only being on the wrong side, but not being right on that side.
Yeah. Well, good hunting the rest of the day, buddy.
I appreciate that, Coach. Listen, it's an active day. I'm not really here to pontificate or disseminate anything that's going on because I probably wouldn't give an accurate answer because I'm a majority of day trading or repositioning. But anybody that wants to know what to do, up high in relative volume, down high in relative volume, go by the time of the day, and you build up your list. And my advice is the contra trading isn't really working, as you can see. What a Snow keeps doing, or an Apps keeps doing, or a Nevada keeps doing. So they're selling, pounding. If you're wrong, they're punishing you, and if you're right, they're rewarding you.
Okay, so keep
And by the
selling
way,
weakness.
with the VIX abated, and
Yeah.
here's the VIX. The
see it.
problem with the contra trading, and I can't stress this point more, when the volatility is still somewhat suppressed, the contra trading or the reversals aren't happening because the volatility is so low. So
Yeah.
until the volatility picks up, don't be expecting Nevada to drop, 10%, even if it is up 30%. You know what I mean?
But it is amazing some of the vol we're getting with low vol readings. I can only imagine what's going to happen should the VIX ever return to 30 or 40.
Well, I
If we're
wanted to
getting
because
moves like this, I mean, they're dramatic.
But Coach, I wanted to go to, at least if I'm going to get hurt or in one way, I want the VIX to be elevated so I can maneuver. This is a bleed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's more painful. My acumen is being the faster things are happening, the better I do. Not going to lie. The VIX was in a 12 at 14 and goes up every day and back and fills and does this. It's not really good for me. I need entry points. Here's another one that's emblematic of the market. Here it is. Big Daddy is AT&T.
Yeah.
Dividends. Pays a dividend. Let's look at Kellogg. Let's look at Campbell Soup. Let's look at Procter and Gamble. There you go.
It's all tech. That's all it is. It's tech. That's up. That's it.
Yeah, it is.
That's it. And not all tech. And I'll leave you with that.
It's just to make Coach. It's AMD and Animal. Here,
Yeah.
Okay. Now I might get hit on my NVIDIA now. This is it formed a high. Usually things flip. Listen, if I want to say something else, what I have noticed, which is really predominant throughout the majority of my career, Schlumberger breaking low, you bastard, is this. If the market, besides that retail little action between 9:30 and 9:45 that I like to trade,
Opening
if
range.
the trend doesn't change by like 10:15, 10:30, it usually continue throughout that hour until maybe lunchtime or late or early afternoon when there's profit taking a repositioning. And that's what I've been seeing a lot lately. That's all.
Okay, Mike, with a feel for the trading pattern during the day based on mealtime. So, and it's crazy, but it happens. So good hunting, bro.
Oh, Elf. Yeah, I appreciate that, Coach.
Nice doing broadcasts with you again this week. Let's keep it going.
We're going to listen, I'm going to be here with or without you. And I know it's vice versa. So I appreciate that. Everybody's got to communicate. There's fast trading. And the best thing is, for your 9:30 videos leading up to mine, I don't mean to belittle your trading skills. I know you don't take it that way, but basically what you do is you go to your 9:30 videos with your list of either stellar guests or your opinion on the market is, and then when it comes to be 11 or when we do a video, I kind of really articulate how to trade what you say. You know what I mean? So
Interesting.
there's always a high level of opinions across a variety of financial instruments. As Paul asked yesterday, what's the best way to avoid what? What was the question? A drawdown or to learn? What was the question?
To avoid FOMO.
Get a TradeView
Yeah.
Markets demo on anything. That's the way to do it. You know what I mean? Get in there. You know what I mean? Now pilots learn on simulators instead of the guy, instead of being 30,000 on air over 30,000 feet over the land. That's a huge curve. So you know what I mean? There's a huge, you're rolling up at 30,000 feet. It's a lot different than when you're sitting in a leather chair. And it's the same thing at TradeView Markets. Get yourself a demo. It might be fast and furious, but it's a way you want to learn. You want to be pushed in the deep end of the pool with support. Where your support? So SDGR. Oh, I could have been someone. All right.
You are someone.
Thank you, Coach.
So don't just count your pips, count your blessings, everybody. Good hunting the rest of the day. Mike will be with you tomorrow. Have a great weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. And for the families of the fallen, there is no greater love than laying down your life for another. And whatever your politics are, you have to be for the troops. And that's my wrap for Memorial Day.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Chief, cheers, everyone. Okay. Once
All right,
again,
Mike.
have a plan. Be careful that only your trades turn into positions. If you do, know what you're buying. Cheers.